yeah, this is wild that this is my worst performer so far. I think after today, it's going to be pretty much close to break even, as far as I could tell, based on the latest prices. But still, it's Chainlink, which is a token, so it's not an equity you could buy. And Chainlink is the backbone of blockchain. It's a protocol and suite of security and identity products that is bringing the world's global finance industry onto blockchain technology. Its mission is to provide tamper proof data, cross chain messaging, and compute to smart contracts across any blockchain. Moving money from fiat, which is slow and dirty, to digital, which is instantaneous, transparent, and available to all with internet access. So this is especially timely now because the Genius Act was just passed a few days ago in the United States. And this makes the US economy's move onto blockchain technology lawful and inevitable. Basically, the thesis is that Chainlink will be the default protocol helping to tokenize first cash, called stablecoins, and then all imaginable real world assets like real estate, equities, derivatives, and anything else that has value. The business model is that it will collect revenue for the services it provides as the layer underneath, kind of like more expansive Visa and MasterCard do today. I have saturated myself with Chainlink, Chainlink lore and knowledge, especially this past weekend. And the irony of starting with this is because it's my worst performer, but it is my highest conviction, real world investment at this particular moment, especially in light of the passage of that Genius Act. It almost feels, I watched for our Patrons, I posted a video where the CEO basically gave, I thought, a pretty good 20-minute summary, and he was asked, where do you think crypto slash DeFi is relative to the start of the internet? And his answer was he thinks it's similar to 97, 98. And I think the Genius Act, which basically, for those that still don't really understand this, because it can be a little bit complicated, it's basically saying that cash, like actual, this is what I meant by dirty fiat, cash, which is still like a physical thing that isn't instantaneous, all cash will now be legally backed by the US dollar, and it will be made digital. So it will live on chain. And that basically brings cash onto blockchain technology. So it's the first tokenized example of what it's the first thing to be made tokenizable, cash itself.
And just because you didn't say the word, you're talking there about stable coins specifically.
Yes, correct. And so in this industry, what people have been saying is that stable coins are the things that basically start the domino effect with everything else, kind of like Amazon. To extend the analogy, Amazon started with books, but really what it was building was not a giant bookstore. It's building a massive infrastructure that could basically deliver anything to you, right? That analogy, I think, should make sense. So if you buy this thesis that Chainlink is now working with the world's largest financial institutions, Swift being one of them, that underpins the 12,000 global banks. And it's also working with MasterCard, for example. And it's also working with the DTCC, which is the sort of regulatory kind of company that brings stocks to major markets. Then you could kind of see where this is going. And now that it's law, I don't know. It just seems like a matter of time before the volume of transactions that goes online starts to happen. And then Chainlink is going to take this tiny, tiny little percentage from each transaction. And the way the tokenomics will develop is a little bit of an unknown. But this is the most asymmetric holding I could possibly think of. And I don't mind going on the record to say that if I'm right about even any of this, this is one of those potentially generational investments that you kind of think to yourself like, oh yeah, if I understood Google way back when it was starting to do search, or if I understood Amazon, well enough early, then it's that kind of crossroads I think we're looking at with Chainlink.
All right, and I own some Chainlink on your recommendation, and you understand the company and the mission and the token far better than I do. But like, remind me, is there really no competition for this kind of capability? Like, it's sort of, I mean, the high level pitch as I understood it was like they're bridging physical like stuff in the real world and stuff that's nothing to do with blockchain. They're bridging that into the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing that's mind blowing. My understanding of Chainlink is that it's more of a protocol than it is, say, a company. So, when we think of cybersecurity, there's individual companies that are doing similar things, right? But yeah, there's competition. But like the internet, there's only one, right? You can't have multiple internets because, I mean, it sort of by definition doesn't make sense. And so Chainlink started their mission now. They started collaborating with these major financial institutions years ago. And right now, yes, the answer is that Chainlink has the lead by far. And it's one of those network flywheel effects, kind of sort of like Facebook. Like, why would you, even if technically somebody else created a protocol, why would you not use Facebook when everybody is already using Facebook? So no, not everybody is still using Chainlink, but the players that are most important, these are the guys they selected. It's just that it's kind of, I don't know if this is, it's not that it's in the shadows. It's just that most of the world doesn't understand um, the scope of this. And that's why I'm saying that, yes, if it's true, it's almost too good to be true in a way. And I get why you would ask that the way you did. But from where I'm sitting, it's like, yes, this is the horse that is has a massive lead on everybody else, and I don't know what would need to happen for some other protocol to take the lead at this point.
All right, very good. Well, you've awarded it 8 bananas out of 10, so you're definitely it's up there as one of your highest conviction things.
And I'll tell you why I didn't give it a perfect score, despite everything I just said. It's still part of like the crypto world, but when you listen to what the leaders in this industry are saying, is like crypto is like a bad label. It's not really what this is about. This is about bringing global finance into its next paradigm. But because it's such a massive thing that still hasn't happened yet, I just can't say with, other conviction or like a 10 for 10 that this is going to work because it's such a huge undertaking. It's just that if it does, the rewards are going to be absolutely astronomical. But I thought 8 out of 10 is like, to me, is like, this is as exciting a investment as I could have. And there's still doubt. There's still uncertainty until it's done.
All right, very good.